Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, boys and girls. This is Wayward,
And this is Soundwave.
and we are bringing you the second game from round 1 of CanCraft.
As you can see in the bottom right, we have the orange Zerg, a Xenomorph, part of Team Supremacy.
And in the top left, we have SQLHuT, part of Team Sequential.
And Hut, he's one of the most well-known Terrans in Australia. He's quite good. He's the Terran coach for SC2C.com. SC2C.com, a very good website for the C community.
And both these players are Grandmasters. Great to see games of this level played every now and then, especially with Xenomorph being a local boy from Canberra itself, not one of these uppity young people from Sydney who travelled up for the tournament.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, thanks to those people who travelled down from Sydney, you helped make CanCraft a success.
Yes, great to have support from Sydney. Although it's a 3-hour drive, these people woke up about 7 AM to get there on time, so good to see that kind of dedication. Now, one thing I would like to point out, if we look at Xenomorph, what figure is that? Is that Charbrew he's got there?
No, that's is that a Protoss symbol or not? I'm not too sure. It looks a bit too spiky to be a Protoss symbol.
Anyway, always good to see when people actually branch out from just the default portraits. Too often you see people use the default icons and it just gets boring after a while.
It's not a big deal, but you know, it adds a little bit of flavour. One thing Blizzard has actually been discussing is adding in pro teams to let people use for their symbols. So like if you're a fan of Team Liquid, you have like the Liquid Horse as part of your symbol.
That would be great to see. See, here we've got Rainer's Radies on SQLHuT. Now, as we know, Hut's won more than enough games that he could be well past Rainer's Radies, but he's still with them.
Yeah, Hatch first from Xenomorph, fairly standard stuff from both players at this time.
So getting back to the game then, I take the hint, okay.
Yeah, so as we mentioned earlier, both these players are in Grandmasters League. Hut is more well known. Hut's a very good player.
And as we were saying in the last game, this map, Bilshire Beach, Soundwave believes it favours the better player. There's no racial advantage to be had. The rush distances aren't too small, they're not too long. There's no real cheesy strategy that either Terran and Zerg can employ against one another.
And actually a one-rax expand from Hut there. Now, did Xenomorph see that? And no, that's Hut's vision. And yes, it looks like he did in fact scout that. So,
always good, so he knows that Terran's going for a one-rax expansion. I wonder what his counter would be. As a Zerg player, Soundwave, how would you counter a one-rax expansion from a Terran player?
Well, a one-rax expand is a fairly standard build. You know, lots of Terrans do it. I'm guessing Hut will switch into Reactor Hellions because this is before the patch with Queen range increased, so I'm guessing he'll just do standard play, which is either Reactor Hellions before expansion or after it. So yeah, fairly standard stuff. Xenomorph doesn't really have to deviate from whatever plans he initially had going into this game.
Well, Xenomorph's gone for the one base for a fast expansion too, but it's still two bases to two bases. Now, as everyone should know, Zerg always want to be at least one base in front of their opponent. Right now, it's 2 to 2.
That's true.
So what we'll no doubt see here is Xenomorph even going for some kind of two-base timing push to take advantage of the reduced army that Hut will have as a result of going for the expansion, or he'll try to take a fast third.
I heard Hut was very good at holding off pressure though.
Well, at this level you'd want to hope these players are good at putting off pressure. If you're at Grandmaster, you should be able to deal with pressure and not lose your cool too much.
Yeah, exactly. So, my prediction was correct. It is Reactor Hellions from Hut.
Alright, let's just go up and take a look at that. So he's just flying over now onto the reactor. So, bam, now let's see if he's got the Hellions coming out. Wait for it. There they are, 2 Hellions straight out. So you caught it, Soundwave.
And 2 gases also coming up from Xenomorph. I believe that puts him on 3. Does that put him on 3 gas? Can you please check his base, see how many gas he has?
1, 2 there, and the primary's only got none, so 2 gas.
I was referring to Xenomorph actually.
Alright, so Xenomorph he's got 2, and then he's got none, so just 2.
Yeah, so he took like a regular thing Zerg players do is they'll take their gas fairly early from like 15 to 17, but Xenomorph took it a fair bit later, as we can see.
Now, Soundwave, you want to explain to our viewers at home the purpose you think the barracks, the bunker with Marines in here, surely to do more than just stop a Ling run by?
Well, on a lot of maps actually, it's been fairly recently discovered that having your bunkers in a location like that is actually very good, and you can like cover your mineral line of your expansion, but also cover your wall. So it's actually more efficient than you would think at first glance.
Alright, here we've got some of the Hellions. They're splitting up, preparing to go in, it looks like, or just stopping the creep expanding by killing any tumours that pop up.
Yep, Xenomorph does have a spine, so those Hellions aren't going to too much. Yes, bless you. Speed also being researched, and as well as Lair, which is halfway done. Also worth noting is Stim is halfway done from HUT, and we have the double engineering bays.
Alright, so we've got some more creep tumours popping up, more drones. So what's the worker count? Can you let us know?
57 to 34, so it's no surprise that this early into the game the Zerg has a lead. And,
well, of course I've got a lead, but Terran has an OP moves he can fall back on.
Yes,
so look at this one little hero Hellion just going for a run.
Beautiful, he sees the lair, he sees everything.
And then he's got these guys trying to take out those queens, just going into a bit of a dogfight. Nice infusion by Xenomorph, so it looks like those Hellions won't make it any further.
Yeah, those Hellions aren't going to do much, and we did see that Xenomorph did build a Roach Warren. He's also getting a Bane Nest and a Spire, as well as some Evo Chambers.
Now, do you just want to swap to each individual player's vision, just so we can see how their scouting is going at this point in the game? So at 8 minutes in, we've got Xenomorph, who doesn't really know what the Terran's doing, knows there's an expansion, but he's got Overlords all over the map to stop any drops coming in.
That is correct. And HUT, he as you mentioned before, that Hellion, it's saw pretty much everything. He didn't see the Spire that's now on the way, but I'm sure he can guess. HUT's at a high enough level to pretty much correctly predict what's happening most of the time.
Ooh, and the macro hat coming up,
Yep,
which is
fairly standard.
Standard play?
Yep, completely standard.
Oh, so any of them are straying from a textbook play to much extent?
No. There's nothing that I would consider standard going on right now.
Alright, once again that epic struggle between the Hellions and the Queens continues.
Mm-hmm.
And another infuse going down, keeping that Queen topped up.
Yeah, newest patch increased Queen range versus ground to actually make them better against Hellions. But these games were played April 29th at CanCraft, so that was pre-patch.
Well, you've got it. I like the fact that Blizzard's done that. Keeps the game fresh, keeps it so that the Hellion opening isn't always what you should do against Zerg, which it pretty much is these times. You never see a ZVT where you don't have the Terran going some Hellion drive-bys.
Oh, look at this nice attack.
Oh, see, this is just
both Queens.
Yeah, he's going to get a second one. See, this just isn't fair. You've got a nice little game going on. You've got the Hellions versus the Queens, and the Hellions bringing a whole bunch of their cousin Marine just own. But here comes some Mutas. Mutas taking out the Mutas versus Marine. You generally don't want to see this.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Xenomorph, there was a fairly low Marine count. Now he's going to catch these medevacs as well. So that went definitely in Xenomorph's favour.
Alright, Xenomorph 105 supply to 76 at the just past the 11-minute mark. So Xenomorph, I would say, is taking the lead at this point. Not a large lead, quite a small one, but a lead all the same.
Exactly.
And against a player of HUT skill, that's no small feat.
But as we said at the beginning, both these players very skilled. No, he's going to hit before the turrets
nice. You'd love to see this. Go Canberra, represent.
Yep, Marines chasing those mutas away. He's got to be careful.
Oh, loses one muta. That you hate to see that.
Yeah, one muta may not seem like much, but that's 100 minerals and 100 gas. You know, every little bit.
And if you look, neither player has a whole lot of gas. You've got Xenomorph with a fair bit of minerals. He's banked up to almost 700 now. Well, just past the 700 mark.
And he has been, he made the money to take his third base.
But yes, he is taking his third, which is halfway done, so it'll be 3v2. Now let's see the saturation levels. So we've got HUT fully saturated in his main and oversaturated by a long way on his second.
Yeah, that's obviously so when he gets his third up, he can instantly transfer SCVs.
But that's still a massive oversaturation.
Yeah, but as a Terran player, one thing you do want to be doing is always making those SCVs. SCVs, very good units. You want to.
Alright, we've just had to splice this replay back together because for some reason slightly delayed and bad, almost impossible to watch. So here we are, resuming from the 13-minute mark before the lag begun, and we have XenomorphSPR still going. Now, we might repeat what we've already said because we can't quite remember what we've said up to this point, but
yeah, exactly.
Bear with us. Technical difficulties and all that jazz. So here we've got some mutas going forward.
Yeah, and as we can see, +2 muta attack is on the way, as is +2 melee attack and +2 armor, and +1 weapons and armor from, I think that's +2 actually, my mistake. I'm actually not sure. So
Alright, so Soundwave is a bit of a noob, you have to bear with him, and look at him trying to snipe that gas, knows how much HUT needs it, but doesn't get to.
and so those mutas will retreat.
And it was +2 weapons.
I'm talking about HUT. Oh, yeah, it is
+2. I was
plus
right
two.
the first time.
Yeah, I thought.
Don't
I
argue
thought
with me,
so.
Soundwave, don't argue with me. I'm always right, you should know that.
Alright.
Alright, here we have this, so third base is up. Xenomorph stacking minerals, who's at 800 minerals, will he make 1,000, 950, 970, breaks 1,000 minerals banked.
Well, that's just because he got supply blocked, I think, there unintentionally. But now that's fine. Now that he's almost max, his minerals are going to start to pile up, and he's still making more mutas. And look at that +3 attack from HUT on the way. So it's good to see such relatively fast upgrades.
And if you look at Xenomorph, almost at 200 supply.
And HUT is at 161 currently. He has taken a third base, and this third base is does have a whole lot of
So
stuff.
HUT takes out all those creep tumors and then starts advancing.
I know he's going to fall back and adopt a defensive position around this third base.
4 siege tanks, a bunch of marines. Not a bad score. I think I said earlier that he only had a few siege tanks. Good to see he's up that to 4. But it's almost going to be 4 bases to 3. So what you want as a Zerg player is to stay 1 base in front, as we said earlier. So it looks like Xenomorph sticking with that rule of thumb, getting his 4th base.
And sure, small engagement, possibly, no.
Well, you just run away like little girls, and they are away. Oh, a single 2 shots was fired. That whole.
No, it was actually it's a trap! And here come the Zerglings and the Banelings rolling in, catching HUT unsieged.
Do a barrel roll!
Yeah, but I don't think a barrel roll will help avoid massive.
Marines are getting slaughtered by the. If this was Lilac Wars, Baneling couldn't touch you if you're doing a barrel roll, but unfortunately it's StarCraft.
Wolf is a big fan of Lilac Wars with the
Of course, he was one of the better characters in Lilac Wars. And here we are. Looks like they're going. It looks like the Xenomorph's just going for it. Many SCVs pulled off the line to try to hold up. Bunch of 14 Banelings being morphed right now.
Yeah, but he can do that. The game is won at this
2,500 minerals banked. He's losing. He's not even losing that much supply. There he is. He's through the supply depot wall. SQLHuT's down.
Look at this, more reinforcements.
More links coming in. So here we've got these expansions going down. Very nice wall here with that one Thor in front with the Marines holding behind it.
Yeah, but that one nice bit of play there isn't going to stop the millions and millions of Zerglings streaming in.
Not enough. Look at these SVs trying to run away, trying to get a better engagement than they would have, and there's the GG from HUT.
Yeah.
Xenomorph responds, and looks like game's going to be over.
Yeah, so Xenomorph, pretty good work.
Xenomorph takes it. So like we said, great to see games at this level, and that was the end of the second game, take 2, of SQL vs HUT. Hope you enjoyed watching. This has been Wayward.
And this has been Soundwave.
Good evening and good night.